Jey Meka's channel. Jey Meka's channel. Jey Meka's channel. Jey Meka's channel.
What's up, y'all? It's Meka from Jey Meka channel. So yeah, we are here to talk about Euphoria season 3. Okay, all the buzz right now this week. We're gonna just talk about like what we think about, the first episode. This is not a recap. This is more so just to talk about what everybody else has been talking about and all of everyone's gripes about the first episode so far. So the first episode mostly focuses on Rue, Cassie, Lexi appears in this episode. Nate obviously is in this episode, and I'm trying to think who else that they show. They talk. And Maddie is in this episode. They talk about Jules a little bit, but she doesn't show up just yet. I have to say, I liked the first episode. I thought that it was good. So me and Jay, listen, do not judge us. We were late to the Euphoria party. I've been hearing about Euphoria for years, and I'm one of those people that has to kind of be in a mood, I guess, to watch certain stuff. And I just did not get around to it. I know. Please don't come for me, but I didn't get around to it, and apparently neither did Jay. So we binge watched all the seasons up into this season, which is why I think our perspective is different from everybody else's. A lot of complaints about this season so far. As recent today, I did read that they were saying that people feel like the cast has outgrown the show. They're bigger than the show now, or at least they're saying from the actors' point of view that the actors even feel like maybe, that they've outgrown Euphoria. It has been, I believe, 5 years since the last season, and there isn't a lot of promotion from the cast on their part. Zendaya, baby, she has been very busy doing her thing. I mean, she's been in all kind of stuff that's coming out and has yet to come out yet. So, she has a huge career, okay? But I don't know. Outside of that, I can agree with that. There wasn't a whole lot of promotion. What I don't agree with is some of just like the critics as far as like their thoughts on the show. Things that are being thrown around right now that the show is too provocative this season, that they might have took it too far, that it's too dark. And I really encourage you all who may even feel that way, or people who have been fans of Euphoria, that are feeling that way for this season. I implore you to go back and binge watch the last seasons, because I think that'll give you a different perspective. I don't know if folks that caught amnesia, I don't know what's going on, but I will say that the first seasons were very provocative and very dark. I mean, I don't know what about the first seasons that anyone wouldn't say. They were extremely controversial. First of all, yes, these actors that are playing these roles are grown-ups, but we are watching what are supposed to be teenagers in sexual acts, nudity. We're watching supposed teenagers. Again, these are actors that are grown, but for the show purposes, that are sleeping with grown-ups, that are being abused by grown-ups. We're seeing heavy drug usage. We're seeing Rue being strung out all this time. I mean, anything that you could think of. A girl, not OnlyFans, but Kat, she was on the internet basically doing something that's similar to like what OnlyFans is, you know what I mean? And again, she's supposed to be a teenager. I don't know how that kind of content doesn't seem provocative to people, and why everybody, I don't know if like just the tone of or people being hypersensitive. I don't know what's going on, but I did not feel like, just based off of this first episode, that it was just that crazy, just wild, that this is just way beyond what Euphoria has ever done. I just don't agree with that. And so again, I talked to Jay about it, and he felt the same way. And I think it's because we did recently binge watch the last few seasons. So again, go back and binge watch, and then these critics need to go back and reassess their thoughts because I think it'd be a different take on it. Things that they pointed out. Cassie wanting to do OnlyFans. Cassie was kind of fast, you know, and she was all about her body and all that in the first few seasons, right? It's not that far fetched that she would be wanting to do OnlyFans. What I was kind of, what I thought was strange about Cassie's role is, you know, now she's about to marry Nate. Okay, cool. But I'm like, the whole money hungry rich girl, I didn't really gather that from her when she was in high school, and they're really pushing that in this season, that she's just like wanting Nate to spend like 50K on some flowers for the wedding and just being like really unreasonable about costs and stuff, and she's just trying to be like the kept woman, right, on the show, which, as we know, that was what Maddie wanted to be last season. That I do remember. I remember Maddie's goal in life was to find a husband and have him take care of her, and he'd be rich, and she just have kids, and she go out, get her nails done, her hair done, she get all that, everything did, right? And so that was a different take for Cassie's role. They were saying they didn't like that she was dressed up like a dog and all this stuff. Again, she's trying to be an influencer. And I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was that far-fetched. Moving on to Rue. I mean, Rue, like, it was, the beginning of the episode was pretty funny. Like, she is, I guess, what they call a coyote that was going over to, I guess, get people across the border. Her car gets stuck on top of the, why I can't get my words together, y'all. On top of the border fence, basically. And so that was interesting. But again, they tap more into like her lifestyle, that she likes women. So they focus a little bit more on that on the first episode. They have to address Rue in the last season owed a bunch of money to this lady. And if y'all watched it the last season, they really didn't address that. It almost seemed like Rue was going to get away with, like, this lady was, she has a weird personality. She almost seems nice, but she is not at the same time. Definitely not. She will have you out of here real quick. But it seemed like at the end of that season, they kind of tried to give Rue some slack. So it was looking like she was going to get away with owing this lady money. Well, no, this lady is back. And Rue has to pay her some in the millions at this point, because now she owes interest. And I think her becoming a drug dealer sounds pretty fitting. I mean, I don't know. I know that we all want happy endings, but in real life, I mean, I ain't never slang no dope to nobody or nothing like that, but I do know they gonna get their money. So the reality is she got to figure out how to pay this lady back. So that's that. That was fine. Nate is very mild-mannered, but again, he was kind of giving sociopath in the seasons prior, but he seems extremely calm this season. And I know he's grown and he's now taking over his dad's business. So we're going to see where that goes. And if that like dark side of him comes back out again, which I think it will, because I feel like Cassie is getting on his nerves. I feel like she's tap dancing on his nerves and he's going to snap at some point. So that's that. Lexi's doing her thing. She's working at like the studios in Hollywood and things like that. They showed Maddie a little bit, and now Maddie, she's actually, and where I think is gonna go is that Maddie, she basically is a manager of content creators, and as I addressed earlier, Cassie is trying to be a content creator. So it's gonna be interesting to see if somehow they cross paths, because I think I saw a preview of Cassie looking in like on Instagram or whatever, and she saw that Maddie like is, you know, rubbing elbows with celebrities and doing her thing. And this is where Cassie wants to be. She wants the limelight. She wants to be in the forefront. So we're going to see if that crosses paths somehow. And if at some point Nate might revisit Maddie, especially because I'm not really sure if Maddie is feeling this working woman vibe. We're going to see how that transpires, because right now she's out here hustling, working. And again, in prior seasons when she was in high school, that wasn't like the job she wanted to do. So yeah, that's kind of like my take on the first episode for season 3. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna continue to watch it. I'm a fan. Um, and yeah, drop in the comments what y'all think. You know, if I'm far off base, like again, watch the last, just binge watch it. I know y'all probably seen it already, I'm pretty sure, but just, you know, do a quick binge watch and then kind of come back and comment and let me know what y'all think as far as like me and Jay's kind of thoughts on it. Because again, I don't think it's that dark or outlandish so far this season. It could change. Oh, what's that guy's name? Angus Cloud. Sorry, I had to look at my phone. Angus Cloud, you know, he passed away. They did mention him in this episode, and they said that he got 30 years in jail. So I guess that's how they're kind of like wrapping up his storyline. It would have been ideal for Ashtray to have lived, but they didn't know what was to come for Angus, you know, and so it would have been nice if Ashtray could have like came in and filled that space, but they, you know, offed him in the last season, offed Ashtray in the last season, so I don't know. And that was the kid, he was a pretty good actor or whatever. So yeah, again, let me know what you think. Drop in the comments what you think. Don't be shy, y'all. Don't be scared. We love to interact with y'all. Hit the notification bell. So you can keep up with everything that we put on our channel. This channel is really just everything that me and Jay love. We are big show watchers, show binge watchers, movie watchers, and so we put a lot of that on this channel. And if you want to see us continue to keep growing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and support. All right, so I will talk to y'all